Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. I have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot on the tarot table for this reading. It's regular Rider-Waite tarot. It's a little bit dark, the color grading, and it's because we're looking at someone whose mood might be a little dark right now, and that would be Meghan Markle. We are, of course, all enjoying the state visit by the Korean president and his wife to the UK, and we've seen some quite interesting things. We've seen legs for miles, Catherine's, not Meghan's. We've seen a tiara that we haven't seen for a very long time, the late Queen Mother's Strathmore Rose tiara, which was given to her by her parents in 1923, and now seems to have been given to Catherine to wear by the King. A great honour. It's beautiful, very delicate tiara. It's obviously been repaired, and there she was, resplendent in it, in her very beautiful gown. And we also saw William and Catherine having a tender moment. Now that the Queen isn't around, they are able to touch each other. They weren't, and previously you weren't allowed to touch if you were royals. That's why Harry and Meghan were always going hand in hand everywhere like young teenagers. But so we saw interesting things, and we've been reading interesting comments in the New York Post from guest speaker, who we all speculate is either Meghan or someone very close to her, someone who has her ear, someone who knows her feelings. Guest speaker thought that the legs were indecent. Never mind, of course, Meghan's display of leg at the Invictus Games when she went trotting down the road in front of those veterans. They were all in their uniforms, and she was in her shorts, very short shorts. The red was far too bright. Of course, Catherine would have been much better off wearing beige. And the William and Catherine, the tender moment that we all saw, very sweet moment. Guest speaker seemed to think that they were having a dispute. So we're going to do a Celtic cross. They're, of course, Harry and Meghan in Canada on a little 4 royal tour. We'll look at that quickly in the next reading. But I'm going to do a Celtic cross from Meghan's point of view and see how she feels about Catherine right now. What's going on? She seems to feel very competitive towards Catherine, hostile towards her. I want to check in with her energy now and just see what's going on in light of the state visit and Catherine in that red with those beautiful legs, the tiara. William and Catherine obviously very in sync. They're obviously in a very sweet place in their marriage, and just we're going to have a look at regular Celtic cross, see how Meghan is handling this situation right now, because guest speaker, as I say in the comments section, was having a bit of a meltdown and in denial about what we all saw. So that's what we're going to look at now. Let's remind you, one more shuffle, that this is tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all, of course, my opinion, all speculation. I just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see how Meghan's feeling right now. She could have been doing this too. She could have been wearing the tiara. She could have been at the state banquet. Yeah. Now she's having to work hard for her money in Canada, is she not? But let's see. See her mood. She's got the World card as underlying energy. That's it's a very successful card, actually. It's publicity, which I had to colour in, of course, in a very clunky way. I was getting fed up at that point with having to cover up bits for the machine, for the censors on YouTube. But the World card is, of course, triumph and success, brilliant success, very public success. That's not Meghan's energy, that's Catherine's energy. Catherine is the one that's being acclaimed wherever she goes, everything she does, huge amounts of praise. Obviously, the King is very pleased with her to have allowed her the use of that tiara. I think once you get to wear it forever. So a big moment, and there it is. resplendent, powerful, successful, lots of praise all around the world. Hard to contend with someone when they're on a high like that. Yes, it was a bit embarrassing showing so much leg. I'm sure she didn't intend to do that. But still, it's not as if anyone was complaining except guest speaker. This is the situation, the heart of the matter now, the Three of Swords. This is a stabbing through the heart. We hope that Harry didn't say, oh wow, when he saw Catherine's legs, like he did allegedly with the gold dress, where she had to go out in the garden and let off a primal scream, according to rumours. He, of course, was in terrible trouble for doing that. But the Three of Swords is, of course, pain, a bitter pain, real, you feel it when you're in Three of Swords energy. And I think she feels absolutely wretched. This is a real blow. The fact that it's in the reverse, she doesn't know how to deal with it. For me, this is what's coming off this energy. She just doesn't know. She's doing her best to compete. She's got super skinny. She's dripping in jewelry, very expensive jewelry. She's popping up every day, all over the place. And then along comes Catherine, effortlessly. Just happens to be getting out of carriage, and there's all that leg. And it wasn't a carriage. It was just a regular car, I think. Sorry. So what's the problem for our Megan? For Megsy? The problem is King of Pentacles. The problem is a money problem. Is how to boss up. The King of Pentacles is the boss. Is the person who's very successful, very accomplished, very respected, very stable. She needs to have some stability in her life. She needs to tie down some of these money deals that she's been threatening us with. So many. Tyler Perry now in the mix again, Real Housewives in the mix again, all these silly things. But she really doesn't have anything to show for what she's doing. She doesn't have stability. She doesn't have the royal, even though she could use her cipher at the hockey in Vancouver, you know, it was subject of mockery. She doesn't have that status and that gravitas. And also, of course, Harry. Harry is a problem. King of Pentacles is a Harry energy, a Harry card, and he isn't powerful enough. She needs him to be more powerful, more successful, for them to be the power couple that they were supposed to be, that they were assured they were going to be when they first laid eyes on each other and this whole thing was set up. That's my opinion of it. It was set up. It was a deal. I'll make you rich and successful in America, and all the rest of it. We'll outshine the Waleses, the then Cambridges. It hasn't worked out, and it's bitter. That Three of Swords is a bitter energy. What's at the root of this competition, this resentment, whatever? Ace of Swords in reverse. This is the fact that they've been cut out. The Parkles have been cut out very successfully and very skillfully and very ruthlessly cut out of the royals. And we know who cut them out. It was mostly Prince William. But Catherine's had her say in the whole situation as well. Right early on, there wasn't the welcome. There wasn't the lift to go shopping. There wasn't the hug when Meghan turned up in her ripped jeans and barefoot or whatever she was doing, and Catherine kind of visibly recoiled when she was hugged by this woman. So cut out from the beginning. I think it all goes back to those early days when Meghan thought she was going to be welcomed with open arms, and she wasn't. She was not, with that Ace of Swords in reverse. And it's a festering wound. Three of Swords at the heart of this thing. Festering wound. She wasn't welcomed by William and Catherine. She wasn't embraced. But then, of course, who welcomes and embraces apart from her Soho House cronies? We would all like to know. Where are the friends? Where is the family? What's her mind on right now? What's her goal right now? King of Swords. Ooh, lots of swords in this reading. Harsh energy in this reading. She needs to dominate, and she needs to get she needs to get focused and she needs to get clear with this situation. She needs to be more powerful and more strategic and more intelligent in her way of handling the situation. She thought she could just pop up, and hence the appearance at the hockey while the state visit was going on. She thought she could do these things, and she's obviously got access to the royal, I was going to say playlist, no, the royal calendar and who's doing what when. And so she can map her own response and make sure she pops up just before to overshadow. But it's not working. She needs a better plan. She needs a better strategy with that King of Swords. Believe me, she's trying to cook something up with someone that she can do some sort of plan that she can manifest, that she can outshine the actual royals, the working royals, while they're busy doing their things. She's not giving up, not with that King of Swords. She's making plans. She's finding people important people, King of Swords, very important people, male people, that she can show up with. It might be perhaps politicians in Canada. It might be those kinds of people that she can say, look, see, you might be with the Koreans at a state banquet, or showing them around Buckingham Palace. But see, I've got important somebody who wants to see me. I can outdo you with my level of, I won't say celebrity now, it's not coming across as celebrity, it's coming across as more than that, politician, something like that. So she's on the phone, I think, trying to organize this. How has the past been going with this desire to dominate and outshine? She's been trying very hard, and I think she's been paying a lot of money to do this. Deals, clothes, jewelry, showing up all over the place, concerts. She's been investing in this. This has been what she's really been trying to do, instead of actually focusing on her own charitable efforts or her own creative projects. She's got both of those potentials that she could be focusing on. She's been focusing on this. She's been focusing on trying to outshine the Waleses. And as I say, with that Ace of Pentacles, spending a lot of money on it, my opinion. Possibly even paying her talent agents to do this, to try and put together these scenarios where she can be the hot, sexy one. And just at the moment when Catherine is doing something royal, up pops Meghan. What is she going to do to clap back? Because we've seen already, I'm interpreting that King of Swords as planning, strategizing, coming up with some sort of scheme. So what's going to happen next? What's she going to do next? Oh dear, 9 of Cups in reverse. Well, that's she's going to have trouble finding something to do that's going to make her feel happy, going to make her feel emotionally satisfied, which is the 9 of Cups energy, but in reverse and not feeling satisfied. She might have to drown her sorrows with that card. It's very much a drowning sorrows card, the 9 of Cups. But she's going to feel out of sorts. Whatever scheme she's cooking up, which I suspect she is, that's my opinion, she is not going to get much satisfaction from it. It's going to fall flat with that 9 of Cups in reverse. And really, when you put the two women side by side, Meghan, for all her weight loss, is not looking good. She's not looking healthy. She does seem to have plumped her face up again recently and done her nails. And thank goodness for that. But Catherine just looks radiant. She's really stepped into her power, and that's typical Capricorn thing. They age very well. They get more attractive. They get more confident and powerful as they age. That's just one of the perks of being a Capricorn. And Meghan is not aging well, and she certainly is in a marriage that looks very uncomfortable a lot of the time, whereas the Waleses look very happy, very content. She is not. What is her attitude to Catherine, her intentions towards Catherine right now? Knight of Swords. That is a ruthless energy. It's in reverse, the Knight of Swords. She wants to attack. She wants to bring down. She wants to do damage. That's my assessment, again, of the energy. Swords, swords, swords all over the place. She really wants to lash out. I think we're going to get some hit pieces In the media, with that Knight of Swords in reverse, we're going to get some ugly rumors again. This is how I read this card. Of course, it could be completely untrue, but that's how I'm reading the energy. That we're going to get hit pieces, we're going to get attacks, we're going to get what's the word when you sort of waylay someone unexpectedly, as she's already doing. Whenever Catherine's doing something, up pops Megan doing something to compete directly with her. We're going to get more of that. A little bit out of control, the energy when the Knight of Swords is in reverse. Upright, it can be strategic and helpful energy, but in reverse it can be self-destructive energy or destroying the people around. So it's quite vicious and quite destructive energy, leaving a trail of destruction behind that Knight of Swords when it's in reverse. And we've got the Christmas thing coming up, of course, in a few weeks. Catherine's I think probably the favorite thing that she does in the year, and I think we're going to get something around about then that's going to try and derail it, something quite nasty. That's my opinion. What pressure is Megan under right now? She's not handling this well. Temperance card in reverse. Temperance upright, just being harmonious, balanced, even-tempered. I think she really has lost control of her emotions with that Temperance card in reverse, which means from angel energy into devil energy. She's angry, she's obsessed, she's vicious, she's on a vendetta. That's the energy that's coming from this Knight of Swords in reverse. For this cutting out way back when that led to the Three of Swords, that she has not recovered from our central energy in this reading. That's what's driving it. These two cards are what's driving it. Everything else is a response to that initial wound. That wound to her ego, which she has not recovered from, and that would be, as many people speculate, and I also speculate, that she's on the spectrum of having narcissistic personality disorder. That would be a kind of wound that would be very hard to deal with. And she's gone into devil energy. According to the cards, that's the pressure she's under, that she's not necessarily in control of her emotions and her response. She's not necessarily seeing things clearly, and we know that she does need to see things clearly if she's going to respond in a way that's going to help her instead of being really destructive. But we have destructive energy and we have discontent, massive discontent in the future. Her hopes and fears of Catherine doing so well, Catherine's legs being so much better. Four of Cups is that people they're just not connecting with her. It's the rejection card, it's the indifference card, the apathy card. No matter what she does now, there is just indifference. You have to go looking for stories, even though they're popping up all over the place. If you weren't obsessively watching the Parkle story as I am, and as you are out there watching this, no doubt, you wouldn't notice, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't hear. If you didn't read the Daily Mail, you wouldn't know. The Daily Mail's having a merry old time playing this game with the stories for Meghan and Harry, and then the stories against them. They're just playing both sides, and they're having all kinds of joy doing this, absolutely, and making a ton of money out of this at the same time, I'm pretty sure. But she's very worried that she's just going to get nowhere with the public, that nobody cares anymore. It's just absolute indifference. And that's the thing that I think she's most afraid of, is that people just give up and don't care anymore. She can do the most terrible thing and nobody can be bothered. And this is the problem with them now. The Parkles, they've done terrible things. They thought they would destroy the royals endgame, strategically placed at the end of the year as the killer blow to the British royal family. And well, yeah, not really. Unless he comes up with something absolutely shocking next week, early next week. So, outcome for Meghan with the situation that she's currently losing. How's it going to play out for her? What is going to happen? And we got the Star. She's going to carry on living in hope with this card. She's not going to give up. And I said that with the King of Swords, which is air sign energy as well. And we've got now the Aquarian card with the Star. She's going to carry on. because that's just the nature of the beast. And so she's going to keep trying. She's going to keep the faith that she can raise her profile, that she can become as popular and as loved as Catherine with that world card there. She's going to keep at it. So this could just go on and on and on, because we have this obsessive energy here with the Temperance card in reverse, which becomes the devil, which becomes obsession. This obsession isn't going to die. So even in the near future, we're going to see some self-sabotage and a massive amount of discontent. She's going to carry on. This could be lifelong. With that Star card, she's just going to keep going. She might be making a deal with somebody, could even be Tyler Perry with that King of Swords, but something is going to elevate her, or at least she's going to believe it's going to elevate her, and raise her profile again and make her famous again. At the moment, she's a failed celebrity. But she is hopeful. Let's see if we get a taste of a clue of what this is going to be. I'm getting Tyler Perry. I'm getting that kind of energy, which is hardly, a state banquet. But let's see if the universe wants to tell us what that star is about. That she's really pinning all her hopes on. We've got something coming up here. And we have, it's the overseas card. It's the travel overseas. Oh dear, return to the royal fold, moving country, moving somewhere. I don't think that's to Africa. They are definitely pulling up the tent pegs, getting the camels saddled up. They're on the road again. They're on the road again. They're going somewhere, trying very hard to get back into the royal fold. We've got to keep our eye on this story, because they've got nowhere else to go. She's going to keep banging away at this. And I saw an interesting comment on Reddit. Somebody said that this is the strategy from now on. They're just going to keep banging away, doing these vicious things, doing these things to overshadow the royals, so that the royals eventually think it's better to have them back in the fold where they can keep an eye on them, rather than let them be out in the wild, so to speak. And this is this energy. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Don't get all in a panic now. I'm not saying it's actually going to happen. I'm saying this is going to be the strategy. We have a strategy card here, the King of Swords. This is something that she's going to try and do. I don't think she's going to succeed, especially not with William and Catherine and Camilla around. But this is her last hope. And that's why we have the Star card with the Six of Swords. So that's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.